First off, let me begin to say that I do love the first Ghostbusters movie that came out in 1984 with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, etc., etc. I love that movie. I hate the 2016 version. It was nothing like, how Ghostbusters is supposed to be. And the Afterlife one, Ghostbusters Afterlife, I don't trust that movie. It doesn't come out till next month. I don't trust it because it's like a Stranger Things, but with ghosts and crazy monsters. I think Stranger Things have shit like that too, but whatever. Make it like for little kids, even though the little kid should be a college boy instead of a little kid. Whatever. I'm explaining the reasons why I don't like Ghostbusters 2, the 1989 film, the sequel to the first one. Yes, I'd rather watch the second one more than the 2016 version. Of course, who wouldn't? Who wants to get cancer from 2016? So, this movie has like a lot of issues, the 2016 version, a lot of issues this movie has. So, let's start off with the beginning of the movie. It's a lot of filler. It's a lot of corny, goofy filler. Which, one of them, like Peter Venkman, decides to be like a talk show host or something like that. I forgot what it was. I think he wanted to be a talk show host, and he retired from being a Ghostbuster. That's stupid. Why would they do that kind of idea? Like, that's the stupidest shit ever. Peter Venkman retires from being a Ghostbuster or something. I think I remember that's what happens. Like he becomes a talk show guy or something, some goofy shit. And like another one with fucking Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd. They go to some kids' party and they want them there for the kids' party doing some goofy songs and shit. Well, why? That makes no sense. Well, that's stupid too. Like Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson putting their Ghostbusters outfits on. They go to a little birthday kids party, little snot-nosed kids. Like that's stupid. That's like a stupid idea. I like Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. Like, what the hell are you guys coming up with there? I know you try to make it more for kids, but that's not the way you're supposed to make it more for kids. Like, what the hell is that shit? Fucking dancing for little children for their birthday party. Like, that kind of the fuck. And those fucking kids don't even want them there. Like, what the fuck is that? That makes like no sense. Yeah, it's like, Peter Venkman hosts a television talk show about sidekicks. Yeah, like, that's stupid too. That should have been cut out of the movie. The fucking, like I said, like Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd going to some stupid kids party, dancing and shit. That should have been cut out. The fucking, the painting that possesses the demon inside the painting, that's the main villain. Like, that's another stupid idea. That fucking Vigo's like one of the worst villains in Ghostbusters. Like, he's like the worst villain. Like, he's just a fucking painting with a possessed demon inside of it. Which, it's the ghost of the painting. And it comes out of it, and like, he possesses that dorky guy who was in another movie called Bean with Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean, the funny British guy. He wears a suit and tie, red tie and shit with his teddy bear. Now, he's fucking hilarious. I rather watch Mr. Bean than watch the fucking Ghostbusters 2. Like, I'm not saying this shit like really sucks. It's just that it kinda sucks. I'm just not really I have this movie like so much fucking issues. Especially with Sigourney Weaver and her newborn child and shit. That's filler crap. Fucking Peter Venkman, Bill Murray do all these goofy faces of the baby and stuff. Or with fucking Peter Venkman and the boys fucking playing around with a fucking toaster machine, testing around with the gooey stuff, making dance around with it, having goofy time with a toaster machine. I'm like, that shit's fucking stupid too. More filler scenes. That's more filler scenes. The whole movie's just full of fillers. We don't get to the real deal. We don't get to the real deal until like later on in the movie, where fucking Egon and fucking Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd in the sewers find where the goo is at, and the goo falls onto them, and then get all emotionally crazy, attacking each other, and tell them to stop fighting each other. The goose niggas act all crazy. Now, that's my favorite part in this movie. That shit was fucking hilarious. And then they show up to, Peter Venkman's fancy fucking dinner with Sigourney Weaver, bugging him and shit, covering goo. I like that. That shit was fucking funny. Those are the only scenes that I thought was funny in the movie. The rest of it, like I said, is boring, filler. It goes nowhere. And there's times about the baby, all this other crap. This movie is just boring to me. And even Rick Moranis said this movie sucked. I'm not kidding around. Look up IMDb. Go look up what Rick Moranis said about this movie. He did not like it at all. He thought the sequel sucked ass. He didn't want to do it again after that second one. That's what he said. Also, they had like Rick Moranis' character, being like in love with Annie Potts' character. They had to be like a couple and so. I mean, that's fine. It's just that that's more filler. It's like more filler. But still, I'd rather have that filler scenes than fucking toaster dancing or going to some kid's birthday party. The kids don't want their asses there. And fucking Peter Venkman doing a stupid talk show host. Or a freaking Vigo, the possessed painting that comes out of the painting and attacks the Ghostbusters and blah blah blah. He's like the worst villain of movie history. I swear, he's like one of the worst villains. Like, is that the best those two can come up with? Those two wrote the fucking movie, Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. They wrote the fucking movie. That's the best they can come up with. Vigo, the possessed painting. They went from Stay Puft Marshmallow attacking the Empire State Building or something with this possessed Sigourney Weaver lady with the two dogs to a painting, a possessed painting. What the fuck? Like, what is that? Like, what the fuck is that? And like, this sequel feels like it's a copy of the original movie. It's like a copy-paste thing. And no one else sees that. I see everyone on YouTube saying this movie's underrated. It's like one of the best sequels. I don't see it. I don't see it as one of the best sequels. Everyone has their own opinions. To me, I don't see that. It's just, this is like a wasted potential of a film. It should get something like way better than this. A possessed painting. Well, the reason why what happened is, the reason why they want to fight this motherfucker, because the baby gets kidnapped. And fucking Vigo wants to take its soul so he can go inside of it, so he can be reborn into the new world or something with the baby's body. So now the Ghostbusters guy used the Empire State Building by using a bunch of goo on top of it to go track it down, which they don't need to really do that. I think it was a timer, so I can see why they did that anyways. I guess that scene was decent with the Empire State Building, with like walking down the street to fucking go stop Vigo. A fucking painting that wants to fucking be in a new born body of a baby. Jesus Christ, this movie is like really pathetic. It says this movie got a lot of negative reviews. What? Not on YouTube. IMDb probably. This movie's just not my cup of beer, man. This is not my cup of beer. I just don't get the hype for the sequel. Just like with Predator 2. Predator 2 is the same thing. People say that movie's underrated. I don't see it. It looks like a Predator version of Ghostbusters. Basically, it's a MA version of Ghostbusters. Same thing with fucking RoboCop 2. RoboCop 2, same thing. People said that's underrated. I don't see why that's underrated. A fucking kid takes over the boss's business, and he becomes the leader of the business. What the fuck is that? A little fucking 8-year-old kid cussing and swearing and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Well, I don't think RoboCop 2 sucks or anything. It's just that it's probably the most silliest thing I've ever seen. It's like so silly. Oh yeah. Another thing I forgot is that Once again, they go to jail again because of what trouble they caused with the whole goo thing, the whole goo slime thing. So they go to jail once again, and the ghosts unleashed once again in the world, acting crazy. And now it's time to get the Ghostbusters out of jail once again to save the world, just like the first movie, right? Just like the first movie. It's the same shit. It's just that it's just like more childish. It's more of a little kiddie version of the first movie. First movie like has more of a dark humor, more of a adult movie more than a kids movie. Yeah, it is a kids movie, but it's more for like adults. The original first one. To be fair, this movie's like really bad. This movie's bad. It's not really bad, but it's bad. It's not a good sequel. I don't like it. Even Rick Moranis don't like this movie. I don't even think Bill Murray liked the sequel, to be fair. I don't think Bill Murray liked it. That's why they never did Ghostbusters 3. It was supposed to came out in like the mid-90s, supposed to come out Ghostbusters 3. Bill Murray didn't want to do it because he thought it was going to suck or something. That's why he didn't do it. So they decided to do it in a video game 10 years later, PS2. Then they re-released it for the PS4 remastered one. I think it's about like underground demons or something like that. They gotta fight hell or something. I think that's what the story's about. That's what the third one's about. They gotta fight hell. Which that's like a pretty interesting idea if they don't fuck it up like the second movie. It's a very interesting concept. Like I said, the baby, the fucking painter guy, he was like really obnoxious and annoying. The painter guy, which yes, like I said, he's from Mr. Bean. Peter McNicoll, that's his name is. Peter McNicoll. He played that fucking annoying painter guy. He was like really annoying. Like I didn't like that character. He wouldn't shut up. Like I like the actor, but the character is like annoying. He was like, he wouldn't shut up with that stupid accent. I think it was like a Russian accent or something. He was like annoying. Annie Potts is looking good as always. I'll tell you that. Well, not now. I think she's like a grandma now, but I think I saw a picture of her older. She still looks good for her age for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm seeing things, but yeah. But that new one coming out, they're trying to make it a sequel to the Ghostbusters 2. I feel like they're excited for it. Why are they excited? They got the kid from Stranger Things in there. I forgot that Brussels sprout hair kid's name is. I forgot his fucking name is. I don't even care. Why does he have to be a kid? Why couldn't he be a college kid? Like a early 20-year-old college kid or something. You know, if he's the grandson of Egon, why can't he just be a college boy? You know, like a sophomore in college or something. Like, why do you have to be a little kid? I don't get that. Oh, to entertain the little kids that watch the movie? This would be PG-13, right? Why not make him a adult? Like, it's stupid. They got Paul Rudd in there. He's like the teacher of the school. I'm like, he has like a lot of goofy scenes with that when he's like running from the monster. Like, that's just goofy. And fucking this Stranger Things kid, all his goofy little kid friends with him to stop the Ghostbusters. Like, alright, this shit sucks. Like, this shit's gonna blow when it comes out. But it's not worse like Ghostbusters 2016. I'd rather watch Afterlife more than 2016. But both of them is gonna be bad. Afterlife's gonna be bad. 2016 is worse. Ghostbusters 2 is just bad. But it's not like it's awful, it's just bad. It's not horrible, it's not terrible, it's not awful, it's just bad. It's a bad sequel. It should give a better villain than fucking a possessed painting. Want to take a baby's body and possess it and shit. Like, lame. It's just lame. Like, the first one was like badass, and the second one came bad or ass. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd think about all the Benjamins in their head more than writing a good story. That's what I'm thinking what happened with that. For all their filler nonsense in the movie. Freaking dancing toaster and freaking kids' birthday parties. Freaking Sigourney Weaver's little baby, which is pointless in the movie. Like, I don't care about the freaking baby. It's cute and cuddly, but it's I get it, it's supposed to be a plot too, because like I said, the painting wants his body so you can possess it. It's just not a good movie to me. If you like it, I respect your opinion, but me, I can't mess with this movie. It's not for me. Like I said, the only scene that was good in this movie was when they're in the sewer to get a slime all over them and that goes stupid. That's like the only funny scene in that whole movie. And maybe the Empire State Building one too, when they walk in the Empire State Building. That's it. I forgot about Rick Moranis. He ends up putting in the Ghostbusters uniform on. He starts to do Ghostbusters stuff, and he think he did something. People actually cheered for him because he think he actually did something. You know, I wouldn't mind if Rick Moranis actually became one of the Ghostbusters back then. Now, I don't know if he wants to do that anymore. Or he turned down the Afterlife one because you know the Afterlife one sucks. That's why he turned it down. He would have been good for Ghostbusters 3 in the 90s. If he actually joined the Ghostbusters, if he actually joined them, that would have been great. I mean, it'd be two dorks with glasses. Come on, that would have been great, right? Well, that never happened because Bill Murray was being a baby. He didn't want to do Ghostbusters 3. So he was like, no, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry, Harold, I'm not doing that. So, this fucking lady talking voice. That's how I got the voice for Garfield. Well, not really. But he thought the Conan Brothers directed that movie, so he's like, oh, the Conan Brothers, the guy did a Big Lebowski, I'll join that, sure. Found out it's not the real Conan Brothers. It's Conan doesn't have an H in their last name. There's no H in their last name. He was like, oh, well, I'm fucked. So he had to do like voice 2 Garfield movies. Because I think the first one made like a lot of money. And another thing is, I like the Garfield movie, the first one. I don't know about the second one. I watched the second one. I don't really like that one that much. It's like it was 2 cats. One's like British, and one's like Garfield, and they look like they're twins. It's like the movie with JCVD. Like he was like, there's 2 of them. I think it was called Replicant. It was called. But I think that's it for this review. And it's not my fault if you hear a buzz noise, alright? I try to fix it. Look, sooner or later I'll get a new microphone, you know, blah blah blah. I'll get it like next month or 2 months, somewhere around there. I'll buy a new mic, and we'll be here no more buzz sounds, alright?